Got a little bit of an update on the Barry Braun case. Pennsboro Speedway has issued a statement after he was arrested earlier this month. Roll this up over at stockcarreport.com. You can find the link in the description below. If you don't know what the relationship between Barry Braun and Pennsboro Speedway is, he partnered with the fairgrounds to help rebuild and reopen the track, as well as promote it. Hosted that big XR event last year. Since then, the track has laid dormant. But to just kind of give you a refresher on exactly what's going on with Barry Braun, he was arrested earlier this month in Minnesota by the Lake County Sheriff's Office, with the West Virginia State Police later announcing it was working with Minnesota to extradite him to West Virginia. The West Virginia State Police, through its Harrisville detachment, announced in a press release that it had opened an investigation into Braun in September 2025 over a fraudulent scheme case. The police specifically reported that the investigation uncovered a pattern of fraudulent activity and deception in dealings where Mr. Braun was involved, which focused on racing venues and their related business. The police also shared that they uncovered evidence and sought warrants charging Braun with fraudulent schemes and an obtaining under false pretense charge in Ritchie County, West Virginia. The police did not provide any other details on the charges in that press release. Obviously, there are numerous reports from a number of drivers, Kyle Strickler, I think probably being the most prominent one, that they have not been paid given some of the XR events that took place earlier this year. Strickler revealing he hadn't been paid $125,000 and had not even gotten the trophy for his win in that XR, I think, is big deal race out there at Ogilvie. We also found this information here from WDTV. I think it's a local CBS station in West Virginia. They reported that the West Virginia State Police informed them that Braun failed to pay PDK Construction for the installation of a guardrail at the Speedway. The outlet noted partial payment was eventually made in April when two checks in the amount of $10,000 each were issued. However, an outstanding balance of $17,327.75 was left, police said. As I previously reported, he's facing a civil lawsuit in the state of New York from this group called ROC. They are also alleging that Braun had been paying them, but eventually stopped paying them, and they are seeking around, I think, $90,000 in payment for loans that have not been repaid, and then obviously interest and court fees, etc. And then there's also a lawsuit from a man up in Minnesota saying that he's owed around $3,000 for work that he did at Hibbing Speedway. Braun has actually addressed that and said he's tried to settle for $2,000 with that man. I think his name is Roger Carlson, if memory serves. And but they're still going through the court proceedings through that. So that is kind of your update on what's going on with Barry Braun. Now, here is what we got from Pennsboro Speedway. They issued this statement just yesterday, November 19th, and they posted it to Facebook. And it said, the Ritchie County Fair Board is aware of recent developments involving individuals formerly associated with Pennsboro Speedway. Because these matters are now part of active legal proceedings, RCF, the Ritchie County Fair Board, will not comment on any details related to those cases. Our responsibility is to the people of Ritchie County and to the long-term future of Pennsboro Speedway. With that duty in mind, the board believes it is important to clearly communicate our position. It would later add, as a public board, our duty is to safeguard county property and ensure that all improvements and operations meet appropriate standards. The Ritchie County Fair Board has cooperated with lawful requests from authorities and has taken steps to secure the facility and its surrounding grounds. Additionally, the track indicated it was working to develop a racing program that reflects Pennsboro's legacy and identity, and it is working to make a forward-looking plan for 2026 and beyond. So it is possible that the track might actually open back up in 2026 and have a racing program, although it might take another year for them to get off the ground. But they did indicate that they are working to put together a program, again, that reflects Pennsboro's legacy and identity, and that's part of this forward-looking plan that they are making for 2026 and beyond. So that is your latest on kind of what's going on with Barry Braun. We got this issue here from Pennsboro Speedway. Obviously, still kind of looking through and tracking whether or not there will be an actual complaint filed, and get some more information when that complaint is filed against Barry Braun. But I haven't seen that come up yet and haven't seen any news reporting on that either. But this is the latest on what is happening with this. I know the West Virginia State Police, in their press release, had also issued a basically call to action if anyone had dealings with Barry Braun where they felt like they were fraudulent, to report that to your local police, and then kind of advise them to inform the West Virginia State Police that that is happening, which indicates that they're still building the case against him, and it's potential that it could be a federal case, given that it's happening in so many different jurisdictions, not just in West Virginia. But let me know what you guys make of this. Let me know in the comments below.